Hi, the next topic I have for today is a grocery store. It's a store here in Houston. They have others throughout Texas. This store is called H-E-B. I have been to this store plenty of times, especially when my kids were younger and I would go grocery shopping. But today I found an H-E-B that is mind-blowing. So here's the deal, and I'm so excited about it. I'm in a part of town on the south side. If you DM me and you want to know where this store is here in Houston, I'll let you know. However, so I pulled the store up on my GPS and got over there, and it looked like this encased building. It didn't look like the typical grocery store. You know, you park in the parking lot, you find your parking spot, you're seeing the basket areas or whatever. And it just was not that. This thing looked like a little shopping mall that was encased in brick. I saw a clearance bar at the top that's like above when you go into an area, and if your truck or vehicle is so high, it'll have 7 foot or 8 foot clearance or whatever. So I noticed the clearance bar, and I saw a sign that said H-E-B Pharmacy, and I saw other cars going in there. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and follow them and see what's going on. So went through there, and of course at that point it got dark because it was a parking garage. And I'm thinking, no way, is this a grocery store with a parking garage? So sure enough, I go through there, and my truck is bigger than the average vehicle. So I go through there, and I'm being careful, you know, giving my eyes time to adjust to the light, the lower light that was in there, as opposed to the sunny driveway I just came off of. And so sure enough, oh my gosh, this is a parking garage for a grocery store. I got so excited. So I'm driving, I'm following this other car. It's kind of small in there. Again, not small, but for my truck everything is small except for big rigs. And so anyway, I'm following, I'm thinking, I'm checking out the parking spots, I'm looking at the width, I'm thinking, okay, am I gonna fit? Should I park by a wall? Should I park between, you know, 2 cars? If I park by a wall, will I be able to clear that wall? All the normal stuff that go through your mind when you drive a bigger vehicle was racing through my mind. So I made the parking lot, went around, I saw the little pharmacy parking area. I saw another area with what looked like an elevator. So I'm buzzing around or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh my God, it's small in here. Let me kind of go out and, you know, come back in and see what's going on. So I went out into a parking lot. There's like a restaurant on one side of it across the street. So I went over there, and I stopped and looked, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is a parking garage for a grocery store. I'm thinking, where's the store? Where's the store? So then I go on my app, and you know, if you go on the Google app, you can push the round circle on the right hand side. It'll immediately show you where you are and what's around you. So I clicked on the grocery store and started reading some reviews and see if I can kind of get the hang of this. I didn't want to just be in any parking garage or whatever that I shouldn't have been in. And so it was full, but it wasn't exploding type full. There were spots for me. So I read the reviews and looked at it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back in and try this again. So instead of going in the front part where I saw the pharmacy signs at, I went into the second part. So it's like, over here is a parking structure, over here is the store area, and over here is another parking structure. So you can park on either side of this store. There's the bottom level of this store. So I found a parking spot. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, if I was in a van already, this would be so freaking cool. So I park, get out, close my mirrors, you know, secure my truck, all that other stuff. So I didn't know how to get into the actual store itself. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to follow everybody else. So I followed this guy and his little girl. They had gotten out of their car. I was like, okay, they look like they belong, so they probably been here before. So I got out, and literally like stalking this guy and his little girl, because I'm like, I gotta figure out, you know, where I'm going. So they led me to the entrance, and on the bottom level it said that there was the pharmacy here. So I did see the pharmacy area, and then I'm like, okay, where's the store? Because that little concrete area that I just told you about, it wasn't small, but it was in between the two parking structures, and that would have been the whole grocery store. So anyway, I look to my left and there's a freaking escalator. I'm like, oh my God, the store's upstairs. Okay, so that kind of blew my mind. And the elevators that I saw people coming out of one elevator with baskets in front of them or with groceries in their hand. And the next elevator, I saw one of the cart guys loading carts into this escalator. I was like, oh, they got an elevator just for carts. So that was, I mean, other people might have saw this before and they might be like, okay, what is she extra excited for because she saw a grocery store with a parking garage? But again, I've never saw this before. And the part that was so like whoa to me was the fact that it is a shaded parking area for a grocery store. There have been countless amounts of time I went to the grocery store. Man, your walk from the vehicle to the store is semi-sweat, and when you finish getting your groceries, you got to walk from the store to the vehicle with the groceries, with the kids. You're out in the sun trying to put that stuff in the car. I mean, you sweating your butt off, not to mention when you get to the house, those of us that don't have covered parking areas, you got to get to the house. You got to get that stuff out. You're trying to hurry up. You're trying to rush. It's just, I don't know. It's a chore. So, and since I am not a shopper, I don't like shopping. I go in and then come out. I do not like shopping. Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's in the garage. I was like, if I had my van, oh boy, I could stealth in here and have everything in the grocery store that I need. Outside of the two elevators, the one where people were coming down and the other one that's just loaded with carts, this guy's sending them up, got somebody upstairs, he's taking those carts out, he's putting them where they go. So I followed this guy and his daughter up the escalator. So we get up there and voila, the whole grocery store is on the second floor. I'm like, oh, okay. So I go up there, and today it's just a relaxed Sunday. I got me crab salad with some crackers. I got another little kit for later or tomorrow, and then I got some grapes, and I got a little fruit thing. So, and then I got some water. Of course, got to keep water on board the truck. So yeah, I walked around, and it was busy. It was real busy. And so not busy to where you're packed and it's like panic mode, like I gotta get out of here, but it was people there. So I went and I got my items, made it to self checkout. So I'm like, okay, I remember how I came in here. Let me see how I'm gonna get out of here. So I saw this other lady. I was like, oh, she has a basket. I'll just follow her. So, I mean, hey, when you don't know what to do, either you ask somebody or you watch what everybody else is doing around you and, you know, figure out if that's what you should do. So this other lady, there was a lady that was standing there. She was in uniform, like, you know, had the company shirt on or whatever. So I saw her maneuvering a basket, and there was a lady that was standing by her. This lady who was in uniform, she took the basket and turned it. She put it on a platform that was in between two black rails, and which were escalator rails. There was small. It was the size of, I guess, maybe my waist or the size of a small basket. The lady who had the uniform on, she put the basket in between the rails of the escalator, and she pushed the button and down with the basket. It drove down the escalator by itself. Don't know how she stopped that basket from rolling. I could just see a situation where you put a basket on the escalator and it goes down by itself. But for whatever reason, I don't know what they do, but the escalator took the basket down and it wasn't leaning or anything. So as it went down, the lady who the groceries belonged to walked down the identical escalator that was to the left of it, and she's not walking, but you know, she rolled down on one side. Her groceries are riding down on the other side. She can look over and see her groceries. Yeah, that was kind of neat. I just followed her, got down, you know, I had water and my fruit, and so yeah, so I rode the escalator down as well. It was pretty neat. When I got to the bottom, she stopped and she went to the side of the escalator that had her basket. She waited, she got it off and she went to her car. I was like, okay, that is kind of neat. That's kind of neat. On the bottom level, they have an area to where you can sit. There was a lady sitting there, and she had a broken leg or something, and so she must have had someone that was shopping for her. I don't know, but she was sitting there in the building, in the parking garage in the building, and she was like eating some snack crackers or whatever she had purchased, and you can see the cast and everything on her leg. But yeah, that was a very neat experience. I was really excited to see what that basket was gonna do. However, it's all good. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. The fruit's very good, fresh. I enjoyed that as well. I will be going back to that store. Again, the fascination for me is the fact that they had a covered parking garage, and then you go into the grocery store. So I've shopped in malls on second story floors, but not groceries. Groceries, I've not shopped on a second story grocery. So it was exciting. I enjoyed that part, and yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out, and that might be one of the first places that I go and visit in Stealth Park when I do get the van. That is so cool. It was cool in the parking garage, breeze blowing through even though it's hot here. It was really, really cool. Yeah, I'm thinking about going back there, maybe even stealth parking tonight. So that was pretty cool. So if you guys know anywhere else there are grocery stores with covered parking or a parking garage, let me know. Leave a comment down below and I'll have to visit those. Just enjoying an awesome Sunday. Hope you guys are doing the same. And okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share. We don't want to be stingy. Don't forget to share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.